All right, so we're diving into some of these transfer rumors swirling around. Seems like every club with a bit of cash is eyeing up Alejandro Garnacho. Manchester United's got a real gem on their hands, but can they hold on to him? We've got Sky Sports, The Mirror, and Goal.com all buzzing about it. Let's see what they've got. Sky Sports is painting a picture of Chelsea, kind of lurking in the shadows here. Their eyes are definitely on Garnacho, but no official bid just yet. But get this, his agents were spotted at Stamford Bridge, right? During a Chelsea match, no less. Now, call me cynical, but that's got to be more than just a coincidence, right? Almost feels like a strategic move, maybe to turn Garnacho's head a bit, or even to drive the price up. What do you think? Speaking of price, Manchester United's holding firm at a cool £55 million. Meanwhile, Napoli seems a bit hesitant to match that figure. Their budget apparently caps out around $46.5 million. Makes you wonder, is Garnacho worth that kind of gamble at this point in his career? He's shown those flashes of brilliance, no doubt, but is he a game changer yet? Or is United maybe overplaying their hand a little bit?
Now, Sky Sports also throws in this little tidbit. Napoli's got a backup plan. They've got their eye on Karim Adeyemi from Borussia Dortmund, so maybe they're not as all-in on Garnacho as we first thought. But here's another twist in this whole saga. Garnacho's family already settled in England. So staying in the Premier League, maybe even the Chelsea, might be tempting. You know, familiar comforts, family dinners, that sort of thing could play a bigger role in this decision than we realize. All right, let's shift gears a bit and see what the Mirror's got to say. They managed to snag some interesting comments from the managers involved. Enzo Maresca, Chelsea's gaffer, played it pretty cool, saying he's happy with his current squad and all that. Classic manager tactic, right? Keeps everyone guessing. But is he being genuine? Does he really think he's got enough firepower up front? Or is he just trying to downplay his interest in Garnacho to avoid inflating the price? What's the real strategy here? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below on our Offside Angle YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives like this one.
Now, over on the Manchester United side, Ruben Amorim's keeping his cards close to his chest too. Acknowledges Garnacho's value to the team, but doesn't rule out a transfer either. Typical managers speak keeping those options open. But I did find it interesting how Amorim highlighted Garnacho's development. Specifically mentioned improvements in his positioning and recovery. Almost like he's reminding potential buyers of his rising value, don't you think? Okay, last but not least, let's see what Goal.com brings to the table. They're also talking about that potential £60 million bid from Chelsea. And they emphasize Maresca's insistence on having plenty of options on the wings. Makes sense, right? Any top manager wants a loaded attack. But it does add another layer to this whole thing. If Chelsea's willing to shell out that kind of cash, they must see something special in Garnacho. But is it enough to pry him away from Manchester United? So we've got conflicting reports, carefully crafted statements, and some serious maneuvering from all sides. It's a high-stakes poker game, with each club trying to outsmart the others.
But let's not forget, at the center of all this is a young player with loads of talent and a bright future. What does Garnacho want? What are his ambitions? We can analyze financials, tactics, manager comments all day long, but ultimately it's his decision. He's the one who has to choose his path, the path that lets him grow, get playing time, and reach his full potential. So that leads us to the big question. Will he stick with Manchester United, where he's shown those glimpses of brilliance? Or will the allure of Chelsea or Napoli prove too strong? So let's picture this for a second, right? Garnacho in Chelsea blue, under the lights at Stamford Bridge. Would he shine there? It's a good question. Chelsea's attack-minded. They've got a history of giving young talent a shot. Plus, he'd be playing with some of the biggest names in the game. Pretty tempting for a young guy with ambition, right? But here's the other side of that coin. Chelsea's already stacked up front. Could he get lost in the shuffle? Fighting for minutes, struggling to make his mark. It's a risk, for sure. Now, sticking with Manchester United, that's got to be comfortable, familiar. He's got a manager who clearly believes in him.
A system that seems to suit his style. But let's be real. United's under pressure to win trophies. Will they give him the time and space to grow, to make mistakes while they're rebuilding? Or will those expectations, that pressure, end up holding him back? It's a tough one. And then we've got Napoli, that wild card. Imagine Garnacho soaking up that atmosphere in Naples, playing in front of those fans, bringing his flair to their attack. They're a club on the rise, right? Challenging for the title, making noise in Europe. Could be the perfect place for him to really blossom. But would he be willing to leave England, adapt to a new league, new language, new everything? It's a bold move, no doubt, but one that could pay off big time. Now let's flip around and look at it from the club's perspective. Chelsea wanting Garnacho. That's a statement. They want to dominate in England and in Europe, and they're willing to spend big to do it. Adding a talent like Garnacho to their squad, well, it shows they're thinking long-term, building for the future. For Manchester United, keeping Garnacho, that's vital for their rebuild. They need to show everyone, their fans, their rivals, that they're still a top club.
Holding on to their best young players, that's a big part of that. Letting him go, well, that's a step back. Makes it look like they're losing their grip. It's a decision with some serious consequences. And then there's Napoli, their interest in Garnacho. It shows ambition. They want to compete at the highest level, and they're not afraid to take risks to get there. Signing someone like Garnacho, that would be huge for them. A real statement that they're ready to shake things up. Could be a game changer for them in Serie A and beyond. So as we're trying to figure out Garnacho's next move, it's important to remember, football is complicated. It's not just about money or trophies or tactics. It's about ambition. It's about opportunity. It's about finding the right fit for the player and the club. It's a balancing act. Often comes down to gut feeling, believing you're making the right call for your career, for your future. At the end of the day, this whole Garnacho situation, it just reminds you football is more than just a game, It's about these young guys with dreams, big clubs wanting to be the best. And of course, those passionate fans who just live for this sport.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I got to say, I'm really curious to see how this plays out. Will Garnacho take that leap, go for a new challenge, or will he stick with United, Stay true to where he started. Only time will tell, right? But it's going to be fun to watch, that's for sure. And hey, remember, you're part of this too. Head over to the Offside Angle YouTube channel. Let us know your predictions in the comments. We always love hearing what you guys think. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world of football. We've got tons more transfer rumors, tactical breakdowns, all the good stuff coming your way. Until next time, keep a love for the beautiful game alive.